real decisions that have been made during the Biden administration about the border that are affecting people.
Or lack thereof.
Well, I think it's a decision. I don't think it's a lack thereof, especially the flying people in and the utilization of an app to fly people in. That seems insane. Like the whole thing seems insane, and I don't know what the motivation is. I've talked to people that know a lot about the construction business, and they believe the motivation is cheap labor. They think that's a part of it, and that a lot of the problem is in many industries, the lack of cheap labor and people that are willing to do jobs. It's one of the things that I've heard. There's a lot of criticism about all the Haitians that have moved to Springfield, Ohio. But one of the positive things that I've heard from people that live there is these people are hard workers, and they're willing to do jobs that the other people weren't willing to take on. So you have pros and cons, but you have this incentivized effort to move people into this country illegally, which will undoubtedly bring in people that you don't want here. Gang members, cartel members, terrorists. That's real. And we've documented that. And there's people that have been arrested that were trying to come in that were terrorists. And there's people that have gotten through for sure.
I think that if I give both of them the benefit of the doubt, I think both of them will have to act on the border. I think that Donald Trump has had a clearer view of this issue for much far longer. I think that Kamala has had to shift her position to make herself more palatable to centrists. But I do think that both of them will probably have to act, because I don't think what's happening today is sustainable.
I don't think it is either, but the fear, and Elon's talked about this, the real fear is that they're bringing these people in to give them a clear path to citizenship, which will allow them to vote, and then you've essentially bought their vote. So if the Democrats bring them in, incentivize them to become Democrats and vote, and give them money, which they clearly are doing. They're giving them EBT cards, and they're giving them housing, and they're giving things that they're not giving to veterans and poor people in this country. That seems to be an incentive to get these people to want to be here, and also to appreciate the people that gave them that opportunity, which is you would essentially, in swing states, which is Ohio, it's one of them, if you can get a lot of people in there and you've given them a better life because of your policies, those people, if you give them the opportunity to vote, they're going, especially if they're like limited, low information voters, they're going to vote for the party that got them to America.